Come on, here we go. I'm on the air right fucking now. And all the good shows are off by now. I don't know why you tuned me in, but before the show is through, yeah, I'm gonna do a movie review. Whee! Wee, Joe, wee!
Yay!
We're back!
I know.
Movie reviews, Joe. That's what the topic is today. Not terrorists.
We're gonna review a movie that you reviewed the other day without me that I watched this morning.
Right. Now let's see how different the review is. Now let's hear your review. You've heard mine. Everybody's heard mine.
Okay, so the first thing I want to point out is Will Smith wrote this movie.
Okay.
And so, right off the hop, the whole story is about how Earth, humans and everything fuck the planet up, which I like because it's a good message. Because one thing stupid, smart people both like is movies, and since stupid people think movies are real, when you put messages like that in movies, they believe that God spoke it and it works. So I'm all for that. Notably, notice how Will Smith was the baddest human ever.
Oh yeah. No fear. This is the storyline was. Hold on, let me tell us the storyline because I didn't even do it on the review. But basically, there's this creature that once it got so bad on Earth they had to leave, which is entirely possible. They had to leave, and we found new inhabitants. And they didn't really explain why the aliens did this, but aliens made these things to hunt humans. Probably because they know we're like pests.
We're like competing. We're like red ants and black ants, like competing for livable planets.
So they're like, oh, we gotta get these guys out of here. So they make these things that smell fear. They can't really.
Right. So they're the perfect human hunters,
right?
Because they smell our fear,
right? And Will Smith, of course, like Joe says, I do understand where he's going with this. Miraculously, of course, Will Smith is the only one on our new planet
let's tell the story.
that has no fear.
How Will Smith found out he had no fear was he was out training and jogging. One of these creatures ambushed him, and they can shoot these sort of like scorpion and fucking.
They shoot out this poison.
This poison dart thing.
It helps paralyze you, I think.
Yeah, it shot him in the shoulder, and then it jumped on him, and they fell over a cliff 30 feet into water. and they landed in the water, and then Will Smith realized that this thing was trying to drown him. And while he was laying there, the blood from his wound was going up in the water and the light and everything. He said he got this sense of calm because it was so pretty.
Yeah, the blood was beautiful.
So he wasn't panicking, struggling, nothing. He was just laying there,
Not yet, go away.
The creature got up off him. And then he realized, he said that the creature couldn't see him. And that because he wasn't scared, and he had control of his fear, the creature was blind and he ended up killing it. So they called it ghosting.
Ghosting, right.
So anyway, Will Smith, is the baddest human ever. And he's the guy that invented ghosting. So Will Smith's son is played by Gene in the movie.
His real son. Yeah.
Is, of course, training to be a ranger, which is what they call these guys Will Smith is. He's the general, Will Smith is. And, of course, the young fella don't pass his training, and he's 11 seconds faster than everybody else, and blah, 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 blah.
But they don't feel he'll perform in the field because of his fear and all that shit.
That's right, he has fear.
Right.
He can't control his fear. Anyway, his father's taking him on a training mission. They go through an asteroid field that the ship sensors can't detect, but because he put his hand on the side of the hull, he knew it was coming. Will Smith again is also better than radar. He was in the cockpit, tells the cat, tells him, no, you might be wrong. No, asteroid comes out of nowhere, starts hitting them. They got to crash. So the ship breaks in two. They crash on a planet. Come to find out, the planet is Earth. Now here's where I got lost. The planet was so fucked up that humans had to leave it. Okay?
This is the part where I feel like you get aggravated.
Yes. The planet is so fucked up that humans had to leave it. But they come back 1,000 years later, and it's all overgrown in jungle. There's whole new species of snakes that can fly and fucking everything. You know what I mean? And fucking, boom, they're on Earth.
Well, I think they're trying to create a point that I thought you would like, and that's that without humans, Earth would flourish.
Without humans, Earth would flourish, but creatures wouldn't evolve that quick, Bobby.
It's 1,000 years later.
1,000 years is only a lot of time if you're religious nut.
It's a lot of movie time because remember.
It's a lot of movie time.
Remember when they did.
Evolution, Bobby.
Remember when they did Back to the Future? We were supposedly flying on surfboards by now, and cars were supposed to be flying all around. And that was like 10 years ago. By the 90s, we were supposed to be doing that, according to Michael J. Fox's movies.
Yeah, well, we're not talking about that now.
Just saying, the movie world works in mysterious ways. Go ahead, what?
We're talking about Will Smith's crappy movie, so Will Smith and his son get crashed. They've got one of these creatures on board the fucking ship for whatever reason. It makes no sense. But it's on the ship, and Will Smith and his son are the only two survivors on the part of the ship.
No, you know why it was on the ship? It was on the ship for training. They used it to train, so they can learn how to fight these things, so they get a real one.
So they need a beacon, but the one that's in the part of the ship they're on is broke, of course. The young Will Smith can't make it. He's got a broken leg. Young fella's got to travel 10 clicks in the movie. Now, here's one thing in the movie. I don't know if you noticed it. I like this. When they first showed where the young fella had to go to, way off, you can barely see it in the distance. There's a volcano.
Yeah. Well, eventually,
as he they never show you. Always off in the distance, you can see that volcano getting closer. And I just like that. I just like the visuals of it. I thought it was cool.
Well, doesn't he eventually wind up over the volcano or climbing it or something?
Yeah.
I didn't notice it in a faraway distance, but I noticed it when he was climbing that shit.
So, if you watch that movie again, you watch whenever they show him, like the horizon, they'll always show that volcano off in the distance, and as he progresses, he's getting closer. And so you can use it as a guide to see how far he's gone, right?
Yeah.
So, Will Smith's got to send young Jaden off to fucking save the day. But the problem is, Earth has got a lot of carbon dioxide and stuff in the atmosphere now. So,
now, how believable do you think that is? What happens is it freezes at night. And I kind of had a problem with this.
I'm going to get to that.
All right.
So, they fucking, he's got to take these inhaler things that allow him to get the most oxygen out of the air or whatever. So, his father gives him 6 of them, and they're good for 24 hours. And he heads out, and he gets in the Ruha with something. And breaks a couple of the vials. There's a bunch of drama that the story didn't need anyway, but fucking, he ends up but on his way there, a bird chases him.
Oh yeah, I like the bird part of the story. I did like that.
And well, here's the part that got me. Is it was cool that the bird was chasing him and he was wearing his little fucking flying squirrel suit. And, he was buzzing around. When he went through the waterfall, Bobby.
Yeah.
Like when he went into that water, the weight of the water would have took all of his momentum and drove him to the ground.
Yeah, definitely. Because this was no pussy ass waterfall. This thing was going down pretty big, and I'm like, oh, I thought he was going down, and he didn't.
Here he is gliding in his fucking flying squirrel suit. And he goes right through the waterfall and don't lose speed or nothing.
No, it knocked him off his game. He was kind of twirling around a little bit. It threw him off, but yeah, I think it would have knocked him right to the ground.
So the bird catches him. Long story short, breaks his fucking communicator, so he can't talk to his father anymore. Only his father can see everything that's going on. So the bird puts him in the nest, and he wakes up. There's a little baby bird trying to eat his ear. So he shakes the little baby bird off, and he wakes up just in time. Because why? There's a bunch of these tree-climbing tigers coming that travel in a pack.
Which I couldn't tell if they were cat. Me and my girl were talking about this. Were they cats or hyenas or a weird hybrid?
They look like some sort of like cross between dogs and lions. They had heads like lions, but bodies like fucking
dogs. Yeah, but they could climb. It was weird. That was weird.
So the nest, which made no sense, had like 2 holes in it, none on the top. The hole was smaller than the big bird could get in, which I didn't understand. And the bottom of the nest was weak, and one of these creatures, young Jaden ends up trying to save the fucking babies. But the mother comes back, and she witnesses Jaden trying to fight off the tigers, and she fights them off, and he escapes, and all the babies are dead.
Which really upset the big bird.
Yeah, really did.
Really did.
The next 20 minutes of the movie, the bird's like always hovering over the kid, and you think the bird's gonna fuck him up, like it's looking for him to kill him, and so does he. So we come to the winter scene where if you don't get to these thermal spots at night, although the earth is covered in this jungle, apparently every night
it freezes
so
up.
Cold that it will big frost form in your eyebrows.
And that's where, like, well, I don't know why it would do that. I don't know if that had to do with us. Is that the global warming effect going on? Like, what the fuck is going on that?
I would think that it would fuck up all that green leafage around, too.
It's so hot at night, and it is kind of woodsy. Like, it's not all jungly. There's a lot of pines and everything going on, too, as well.
It's quite leafy, though, Bobby. There's a lot of leafy.
There is a lot of jungle leafy shit going on that would probably not live through that. The next morning, it would all be dead, and it wouldn't grow back, at least not that quickly. I think that's... So, yeah, it's a little unbelievable. I get you. I feel you.
Young Jaden, freezing, can't go on, he collapses, and he passes out. And then the next thing you see is he's getting drunk, but you don't know what's dragging him.
Yeah.
He wakes up in the morning, and it's all sunny and nice. He's sort of shaded, and he climbs out, and oh my God, it's the bird.
Yeah, which was my favorite part of the movie.
The bird saved him.
The bird saved him. Me and Liz think that the bird thought it was his kid. Because it was flying. It was flying. So the bird just thought that was one of his kids, and he's like, "Get back in your goddamn, what are you doing out of here, flying around?" Like, and threw him in there.
Well, I think it was that the bird just tried to save him because he tried to save the birds, but anyway, it doesn't change the fact that the bird gave up his life to keep him warm at night.
Yes, and the bird died, which was sad. But it was cool that the bird saved him. I like that part of the movie.
He carries on. He's all out of inhalers. He gets to the tail of the ship. He finds more inhalers. He goes to where the creature was being, and it's loose. The creature's loose. So, he gets the other beacon. His father can't communicate to him. He tries to set it off. interference over top of him because of the volcano. He's got to get to the top of the volcano. The kid figures it out himself. Just so happens the creature starts chasing him up the volcano. He barely escapes a couple times. Then he gets up there and he finally gets confronted with the creature, and the creature's fucking him up. He's basically laying there about to die, and he gets the same fucking calm over him.
Just like his daddy.
Just like his daddy, and he ends up killing the fucking creature. Which, I want to add, that cutlass thing that they carry, pretty cool weapon.
Yeah.
But we're talking about people that fly in spaceships and everything. They couldn't come up with some badass laser gun to shoot that fucking thing with.
I mean, and that came across when they had this. I'm like, is this all the weapons they have? They got this pole that can shift into different blades. Like, they don't have anything, like, gun-wise, you know? Something you could shoot far, far away. It's all hand-on-hand now. Back to hand...
combat with no helmet on.
Yeah, back to hand-on-hand combat.
Just a rubber suit.
But it gets me because it's hand-on-hand combat, but the technology's outrageous for this fucking pole. You know? Well, you would think it could shoot a laser, but I don't think it does. So, yeah. So, in the end, Joe, 1 to 10, what would you rate this movie?
1 to 10, I'd give it 5. Just, let's face it, although there was lots of holes in the action sequences and everything, like I said, overall the visuals were cool. The story was cheesy, but most movies are. I'd give it 5.
Yeah, and I only gave it a 6, 7. I only gave it a 6 or 7, so it's, and like I said, it's not the greatest movie in the world, but it wasn't hard.
The movie had potential, but the problem with Will Smith's movies now is Will Smith is always trying to write a movie that's going to make his son a superstar. You get what I'm saying? So everything he puts his son in, and himself in, is some way to make them larger than life. It's never just about the story anymore. It's about them.
Yeah, I've noticed that. It is. I'd like to see them, even him, I mean, he's an okay actor, but I'd like to see him go outside his comfort zone where he's a bad guy or something.
He's got too big. Like he's not about, like I say, like when actors get about the movie's not about being the story, about them being about them, is when they get cheesy. Like a good example, and he's a comedic actor, is Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
All his movies suck now because he's obsessed on making him the most outrageous, hilarious fucking guy in the world in every movie.
Yeah, they don't like I said. I want to see him. I want to see them in a movie where perhaps they're not writing it because I think that's the biggest problem. Because I mean, let's face it. Me and you. I mean, maybe me and you are different creatures. I don't know, but most people, if they get a chance to write a movie or something, they're gonna make themselves look good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, depends on what you're writing. If you're writing a story like me and you were writing a story about fucking whatever, say about World War II, then yeah, if we planned on starring in it, we might make the characters we planned on playing the heroes, right? But when you write a whole story, premise of a movie around an actor, which is what Will Smith does, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the backdrop of everything about the movie was how him and his son were going to be the baddest humans in the universe.
I would like him and his son to play like a villain or like kind of step down a little bit, not be the main people in it. Just, because, yeah.
Will Smith won't do that because I've seen Will Smith in interviews where Will Smith is one of these guys that don't believe in the degrading of the black race and fucking playing roles that show the black man in negative fucking portrayals. And if you think of the movies he plays, he's always in a positive, you know what I mean? Yeah,
he is like that. Well, that's why he doesn't curse in any of his, rap albums or anything like that.
That goes back to his rapping and everything. It's not just about him being a full of himself actor. Like he he believed that shit.
But yeah, you still can't deny the fact that you're just always making yourself look real good, and people are going to get tired of that. That's true. He's always the hero, and it's going to bother me now. You kind of ruined Will Smith for me. I used to have a bromance with him, and now I'm going to see this every time he has a fucking movie because I realized that's the last 10 movies he did. It's actually all of them.
That movie he did about the guy that got rich there, was poor with the kid. You can't blame him for that. That's a true story.
That's a true story, right? But all the other ones.
And to make that movie, I think, is a good testimony and compliment to that man and what he did.
Right.
Show people that you can do it, but to believe that every poor person in America can just study and come up and become a millionaire stock fucking broker is absurd. Somebody still has to if everybody in North America went to university and got an engineering degree, we would still have to fucking have people that make our pizza and cook our French fries and fix our fucking cars, build our houses. So you would just have people with engineering degrees doing those jobs. So it's not a matter of always, you get what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, it's a pyramid effect. Not everybody could be on top of the pyramid. No, there's not enough room. Simple physics. And everybody plays their role. We are really, whether we want to believe or not, we are just like ants in the universe. And everybody has a role to play. Everybody has a job to play. A job to do. So not everybody can have the extravagant job, but not everybody wants that. Not everybody wants to be a superstar, famous, and rich. Not everybody needs that. Not everybody else. I mean, everybody wants money, but you know what I mean? Not everybody wants fame and to be a big deal. Some people are happy just being behind the scenes.
That's right.
Knowing they're part of the gears.
I just want to live in a castle with a bunch of pot.
Yeah. I mean, we all want money. We all want money to buy our bullshit stuff. But other than that, not everybody's on the same page when it comes to jobs and things like that. We all, of course, want a job that pays good. That's why half the people want to be famous. Some just want to be famous because they need attention. And others just see the money that comes behind it, just like drug dealers and all that.
Need attention, horse. Remember your old buddy Cowpoke?
Yeah.
Well, as you know, he's been around Spreaker for a year or so, and we stumbled across him there last week. He had 100 and some listens or whatever in a year. So he did a show about Debbie Daly. And he got 90-something.
Well, 5 of them were for me because
I said right then and there when he was going on, I wrote right on it. You go look on his show, Davey Daly, the Her Piece of Podcasting, and I wrote right on there. Oh yeah, look at your numbers. No more drama for you, I bet. And it never took him a week, and he did another show about her. He did shows about football and all kinds of stuff. He got no listens and 1 listen and 2 listens. And then within a week, he did another Debbie Daly show.
I was trying to, because I went in there, and he said hi to me, and this was right after we trashed him. So I was trying to grab the, he's like, oh, what's up, buddy? Bobby, Uncle Bobby, my buddy, Uncle Bobby. So I wanted to go and grab that to have that, and the only negative thing he said to me is what he always says, it was singing bad. So I wanted to grab that and get that, but I don't know what happened, but I couldn't find it. So I think he got rid of it that quick. Because maybe he listened to us trash him. I don't know, but look, it's nothing I wouldn't have said to his face, what we said on the radio. You know what I mean? So, I don't know.
Well, I just want to say that, he likes to pick on Uncle Bobby. He says Uncle Bobby don't have a real job. And as we talked on the last show, Bobby draws unemployment in the wintertime. I'm on unemployment right now, and I don't really give a fuck if you like it or not. But what he says to Bobby is, you can go see this on his wall, is he has to work 2 real jobs because Bobby doesn't have a real job. And I'd like to point out to him and else that feels this way? How real can your first fucking job be if you need to work the second one? So,
think about that.
you know we're losers.
Fucking clowns.
You know we're losers, don't we, Bobby?
That's right. We don't care. You know, and besides, we're both looking for a new or otherwise employment. Like we're looking. You know, don't knock us for trying. At least I have a fucking job. At least Joe had a job. You know what I mean? Like relax, calm your tits, as my son would say. Fuck, man. Everybody needs to calm down. So as for the movies, we don't really have. I have a clip I wanted to play, so we don't really have time to do what I wanted to do with the. We'll do that in the next movie time. Next time we talk about movies. Ebert's 10 best lists. I mean, it's just the movie. Actually, we could probably go on to it. Who needs the quotes? We'll play out to whatever. But here is 1960s. What's your favorite era? The 60s, the 70s. We got lists from all. Huh? These are what Ebert considers his best movies. Let's do 80s. Where's 80s at? Because I like. Well, here's 90s, but I probably like 80s better, huh? If I can find it. 1980. Here we go. The number one's the Black Stallion. What's that about the horse?
Yeah.
Let's read them backwards. Yeah. Huh?
Sort of like Black Beauty. It's like a spin-off of that.
Number two's Raging Bull.
Good movie.
Gagmusha, never heard of it. Being There, never heard of it. Ordinary People, I think I heard of it, but I don't remember seeing it. The Great Santini, The Empire Strikes Back. And that's only number 7. 8's Coal Miners. Coal Miner's Daughter, I'm sorry. And American Gigolo. That's not Deuce Bigelow, right? No, wrong movie. And number 10's Best Boy. I don't know which one's, if 10's the best or if 1's the best on his list.
They all sucked.
1982. The Age of E.T. when E.T. came out. It's number 3. I still love that movie, dude. Still love that movie.
I ever explained to you? I explained to you the link between that and Yoda.
Yes, you did. It was great. If you want to do it again, go be my guest.
We got time?
Yeah, we've got, we got 2 minutes.
I can do it quick. Alright, listen up, motherfuckers. I'm going to explain it to you. This is the last time. So, we all know that E.T. come to Earth, right? And he was all by himself. But when we watch Star Wars, we know there's E.T. creatures in the Galactic Council because we see them in the movie when the Emperor's addressing the council. So, we move it a little forward. E.T. instantly recognizes fucking Yoda on Halloween night, tries to follow him. E.T. can make things fly, right? With
Right.
no machine or anything, just like with special powers. So it's only fair to assume, just by all the evidence, that E.T. is in fact a Jedi.
Makes sense to me. I gotta go play with the snow. You got anything else to say, Joe?
Legalize cocaine.
I gotta go play in the snow with Belle. See yous, everybody.
I'm gonna sing a song. It's called Go Down.
What'd you say?
Legalize cocaine and don't forget to tip your prostitute.
It's a great song you love, sung by Isabella. I'm gonna go sing. Every single day, anywhere or night. I've been looking, I've been singing, I've been going anywhere. I'm not trying to be mean, trying to be nice. There's a boy around here that really hurts me a lot. why, but now I'm gonna face off with somebody. Yeah, I'm going inside of the water. My name is Gabby. My name is Anna, and I'm having some great time. Having some great time. Here's what we're gonna do. We sing, and then we talk. But now I'm gonna do a little bit more talking. I need to stop this and do another